Hello, I'm Mrs. J, and today we're going to talk about the graphs in Chapter 6. When we're looking at the graphs, sometimes with all our data we need to organize it, and you can organize it in a frequency table. So if we look at, this was favorite colors of 25 fifth graders, and it asks what type of data. It's qualitative, because it's a quality: red, blue, green, yellow. The data is each color: red, green, blue, and that's what we put here, the colors. So this is your data, the possible answers. So those are our total or possible colors. We're going to put total because we're going to total things. Frequency is how many said red, how many said blue, how many said green. So if we count the number of reds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people said red. 1, 2, 3 said blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 said green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 said yellow. So this is how many. Now we know that it should add up to 25 because we asked 25 fifth graders. So if we add down 10, 13, 20, 25. Always double check, but you need this total anyways to find the percent. When you're finding the percent, oh, I need that space. Put it in here. It's how many chose red divided by the total, and then times 100 to make it a percent. So this would be 40%. Three divided by 25 times 100 is 12%. 7 divided by 25 times 100 is 28%. 5 divided by 25 times 100 is 20%. When you add up your percents, they should come up to 100%. Now, sometimes if you're rounding, they'll be 99.9. So you do want to be careful of that. Or you don't have to be careful of it, but know that the reason it's off is because of the rounding, and that's fine. To make a bar graph, your frequency goes up the side and your colors go across. So we have red. I got a little more space than that. Red, blue, green, and yellow. And going up, so you have color going across and the number of students going up, because number of students is your frequency. Red, there were 10. Blue, there was 3. Green, 7. Yellow, 5. That would be our bar graph. Bar graphs do not touch. Another graph that works well with qualitative data is a pie chart. For pie charts, you use the percents. 40% is almost half. 40% was red. 12 would almost make it, like 40 and 12 is 52, so it's almost here, right about there. And that was blue. Green is 28%. And this one's 20%. Now when you're doing them by hand, I'm okay if it's off, if you have to draw one on a test. But we are going to learn how to do this on an Excel file. Try the next one. 25 college students were asked their age and what, okay, so 25 students were asked their age. What type of data? Okay, it's numerical value. Finding an average age would make sense, so it's quantitative. Data. Okay, let's make a histogram. When you're making a histogram, the first thing you want to decide is how many bars that you want. Like these bars, how many you'd like. I think I would like 7 bars. To find the bars, you first take your range, 45 minus 17. Is 28. And then you take the range and divide by how many bars you want. So if you're doing this on your own, it's nice to have this divide evenly. So find the range first and then decide how many bars you would like if you can get a number that divides into it evenly. .28 divided by 7 equals 4, so we count by 4s. If you end up with a decimal, round up. So we have our histogram. And we're starting with 17 because that's our lowest age. And then we count by 4s. So 17, 21, 25, 29, 33, 37, 41, 45. Okay. So we counted by 7s. I mean by 4s to get 7 bars. Frequency, let's see, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18s, 2, 3, 4. I would say we'll go up to 14. So if we look between 17 and 20, this is saying from 17 up to 20, but 21 goes into the next pile. So 17 goes into this one, 20 goes into this one, 25 goes into this one, which means if we have a 45, we need one more bar because 45 goes into this one. So 17 up to 21, but not including 21. So 17 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that goes up to 14. 21 goes into the next one. So we go 21 up to, but not including 25. So 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's 125. There's 132, that would be in here. And there's a 45. For the 45, it would be this bar because it always goes into the one after it. That would be your histogram. A stem and leaf, you take your rightmost data, that will go on to the right for the leaf, and then the stem. So notice if we take out the ones position, the other position to the left, the tens position, that's what would go down here. So we'd have ones, twos, threes, and fours. You never skip here. So if there were no 30s, you'd still have a 3 here. You just wouldn't put anything after it. So if we look, we have two 17s. So we put a 7 and a 7. 17, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8s. One, two, three, 4 9s. I'm going to run out of room. Now we have a 20, and you want to try and keep these lined up in columns. We have a 21, 1, 2, 3 22s, 23, another 23, 24, 24, and a 25. And then we have a 32 and a 45. If we had a 70, then we'd have 6, well 5, I was counting the 5 over here. 5, 6, 7, and it would be here. So if there are breaks, you still show those. The other thing we do use is a box and whiskers graph. Or a box plot. And what it does is break everything into quarters. So you need a 5-number summary. You need the smallest value. Now, let me start this on another piece of paper. So use the smallest number. The lower quartile. They usually use a Q with an L, or you'll see Q1. Median. Upper quartile. And the largest number. Upper quartile, you'll see Q with a lowercase or a subscript U, or Q3. So for our data, our smallest value, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Smallest value, 17. Largest, 45. This one's the median. This is lower quartile, upper quartile, largest and smallest. The median is the middle value. So if we look at the data and we find the middle value, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2. Looks like 19's right in the middle. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the middle, 12 on each side. Our median is 19. The lower quartile is below this value. You find the median. We said there was 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the median is between these two. 18 plus 18 divided by 2 is still 18. The upper quartile is the median of the upper half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's between these two. 23 plus 23 is still 23. So that's your 5-number summary. Now what you do is you take, and the number line would be given on a test. 21. Okay, so I started with 17. I counted by 4s. My smallest one. Each one of these values, you draw a vertical line. 18, 19, 23, and 45. You get a box for the middle 3 and then a whisker for the others. What's important with this is between each one is 25% of the data. So it splits it into quarters. So this number 19 here, 50% of the data is below it and 50% is above it. So if we look at this one, the 23, it's the 75th percentile. Because 75% of the data is below it. 25, 25, and 25. So the 75th percentile is 23. 75% of the students are under the age of 23. So it breaks it into quarters. 25% of the students are above 23. The 25th percentile is this one here, which was 18. So 25% of the students are below the age of 18 and 75% are above it. So your percentile tells you what percent is below it. Okay, one more graph. The data is the high temperature in degrees Fahrenheit for the last 7 days. And we want to graph a line graph. When you're doing a line graph, you usually use it for time. And in this case, it would be days. And temperature would go up the side. So that would be our days, and our temperatures. Move this over a little. So Friday was 70, put a point. Saturday was 61. Sunday was 68. Monday was 75. Tuesday was 81. Oops, Tuesday over here. Wednesday was 81. And Thursday went back down to 66. And then you just connect your dots. And that would be our line graph. I think there was a few more questions on this one I wanted to cover. Let me pull it out. Percentile gives the percent of data below the given percentile, and that's what we were talking about when we did the percentile. If your grade is the 75th percentile, then 75% of the students' grades are below you and 25% are above you. In a box plot, the quartiles and the median give 25th and 75th and 50th percentile. And that's what we were talking about here. It can give you your percentiles. Out of 26 students that took the exam, 6 received grades higher than yours. If there are 6 above, that leaves 20 below. And yours and the others below you, what percent of 26 is 20? So if you want to find your percentile, and you knew of the 26 students, 6 had grades higher than yours. To find your percentile, you include you in this value. It's 26 students, 20 were you or below. Then you divide by the 26, and you get 0.769. Multiply it by 100, you're the 77th percentile. That means 77% received a grade below, and 23% above. So to find your percentile, you would need to know how many were below you. Where is that data? There it is. So if we had a 19 on the test, we would count how many below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, including you. So 13 is how many out of the 26. Divide by the 26. And get 0.5. So 50% of the data is below you. We knew that was the 50th percentile because that was the median. But I wanted to show you how it works. Okay. We will do the bell-shaped curve in a separate